back to our channel and welcome if you're new. I'm KJ, by the way, and today we are back with another reaction video, so sit back, grab a snack, and let's go. Alright guys, you see the title. We're reacting to the top 10 creepiest people.
Hey everyone, this is Shrinkgrave here. On today's video, we'll be going to the top 10 creepiest people.
Here's a picture of the man underneath the table at the library. Reports say he was smelling feet.
In number 10 spot, we've got the bread sniffer. This guy, he's in the supermarket at the bakery section, just grabbing bread, smelling it, and then putting it back. That's all he's doing.
Maybe it has to smell a certain way in order for him to want
No,
to
this
take
is
it
not.
home.
This is not wine or anything else. This is bread, straight
Maybe
bread.
he likes his bread smelling a certain way. You
Oh,
know,
whatever.
like a woman wears her perfume.
No.
And again,
Yo,
with
bro.
his bare hands.
Yeah, you're supposed to use the wax paper when you touch the rolls.
Had his little
That's why
germy
we.
hands.
I'm roll patrol, dude.
And his
Number 9, we've got a super
boogery
creepy
nose
guy who broke.
sniffing it.
True, and that's why I pick everything from the back.
The backity back.
Into this college girl's house in the middle of night, and he went into her room, stole some of her underwear, stared at her while she was sleeping, and at some point stroked her face with his hand a little bit, and it was certainly pretty chilling for her.
I just woke up to somebody going through my closet. I could hear wicker baskets in my closet moving.
Madeline Clausen and her college roommates went to bed at 3 on Saturday morning near 1800 South Foothill Drive. Police say the intruder tried to get in through a window but instead knocked down the front door around 4:30. Then he went upstairs into Clausen's room in search of lingerie.
He took a lot of our underwear.
At number 8, we've had a couple who figured out that their neighbor was as creepy as it gets, because it turns out he had been spying.
Didn't we have a neighbor who did that? He broke into a unit just a couple of doors down, and didn't we hear that he was like sniffing her underwear or something? Man.
On them and 8 other neighbors, so 9 different houses in total, for over 5 years that he had lived there. And he would record them inside their houses, through the windows, that kind of stuff. He would set up like a camcorder, doing a bunch of different stuff, changing, showering, sleeping, doing the dirty. All that kind of stuff. He got himself a lot of footage.
Lane and Peyton Montgomery wished the man dressed all in black that they'd seen outside their bedroom window in December 2016 was just a burglar who wanted their belongings. Instead, when arrested, they would learn that shadowy figure was Matthew Flesher. He was their next-door neighbor, and police would describe him as a prolific peeping Tom and sexual predator. They seized this camcorder and discovered secret recordings of the Montgomerys and 8 of their neighbors dating back to 2011.
In the number 7 spot, I'm not even gonna lie, when I first saw this one, when I was looking for clips for this list, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like...
That was...
He dirty.
That's crazy, right?
He don't have no action
But
in
I
his
have
life.
heard of people like putting like cell phones or something to people's peepholes and doing the same thing.
like a fake headline or something like that, but it's real, and this involves a guy in a library at this college school, and it turns out he was hiding under one of the tables in this library, waiting for somebody to sit down so that he could sniff their feet.
Say what?
So this guy is the foot sniffer. That's what he's known as. He was caught. There was a picture of him hiding under the table. You can't make it up.
Here's a picture of the man underneath the table at the library.
Ew. But then again, your awareness is pretty low if you don't see, as you're walking to the table, some guy underneath the table. How do you not see that? Tell me how. Libraries are well-lit places. Like, how do you not see that?
say he was smelling feet. Here's a second picture of him and a third of him driving away. Students are reacting.
I hate feet, so I can't imagine somebody doing that to me. I would run.
It may seem funny at first, but then
I think that's pretty insane.
I think it's pretty disrespectful.
psychiatrists say foot fetishes are common and there's nothing
I guess, it's just weird to me that
wrong with them as long as there are willing participants.
Moving to 6, this one is really messed up. We've got a girl who is going into this fitting room at this store because she was trying on clothes, seeing if they fit, that kind of stuff, just the usual thing, everybody does it. But what she didn't know was that there was a guy waiting for her to go inside of this fitting room so that he could grab his phone and start recording under that door, because there's a little bit of a gap, and get himself some footage of whatever she was changing into, or when she didn't have any clothes on, that kind of situation. What he didn't know was,
how come no one that works at the store caught that?
Exactly. That reminds me
and asked him what he was doing.
Exactly. And that reminds me about the grocery store. We were coming in, and we had witnessed people who nearly hit us with their cart because they were trying to get out of there as fast as they could because they had stolen a cart full of groceries. None of that stuff was bagged, and they left through the entrance. So we go in and tell employees about it, and none of them really cared. They were like, "Oh, that happened." They
didn't care. They acted like that mess happens every day, and that it was
exactly. But how did you not see that suspicious activity on camera? How come you didn't catch him?
Was that there was actually security cameras watching him do what he was doing. Number 5, this guy is messed up on a whole different level. He went up on this woman's porch and wouldn't leave. She started, being concerned, told him to leave, ended up having to call 911, and after she did that, he basically went up to her window and started whacking it, more or less. And that's kind of the situation. Pretty creepy. I gotta be honest, I was looking up different ways to say whacking it so I didn't get demonetized, because now I'm kind of risking it. I saw one of the phrases was heating up your ship's main cannon.
A woman in East Nashville says this man walked onto her property Sunday while she was out on her porch.
Told me that he saw me, he wanted to be with me. I told him to leave, that I wasn't interested.
He eventually left, but 5 minutes later, she says he came back and she ran inside.
He was yelling at me and pounding on my door to get me to open my door. I just had a knife in my hand the entire time, and I was ready to attack.
After calling 911, the woman says he did something even more disturbing.
Then he walked in front of one of my windows and unzipped his pants and started.
She called 911 again to update dispatchers and says an officer arrived in seconds.
We've got a homeless woman inside of this donut coffee shop, and this homeless woman apparently comes here occasionally. However, this time there was a problem because she was making a bunch of weird noises, doing a bunch of creepy stuff, quite frankly just scaring a lot of the other customers. So she was asked to leave, and when she was asked to leave, she got mad and threw her hot coffee at the owner of this donut shop, and threw it all over her face, that kind of stuff. Luckily, she was fine. However, this homeless woman now is, maybe facing some charges when she gets caught.
It's the security video Cindy Seams says she can't bear to watch.
Hearing the video, I think it was worse for me, just because remembering that I screamed when she, threw the coffee at me.
It happened Friday morning at the Spudnuts Donuts in Canoga Park. In the video, the mother here seems to be consoling her daughter before the store owner walks over to the corner table.
Just being loud and wailing, scaring the little girl, and that's what concerned me.
Seams says the woman is a homeless person who comes into the store from time to time.
Moving to 3, this involves a homeowners association or an HOA, and some homeowners associations, they're good, they help the neighborhood, but this one definitely did not, because they are a bunch of power-hungry, crazy people who were kind of creeps at the same time, too, because they were so dedicated to just finding people that they didn't like that they put a phone on a selfie stick so they could take pictures of areas that they're not supposed to, inside of people's houses, in through windows, a bunch of creepy things, and then started finding them. And some neighbors started realizing this and started fighting back, and it was a whole huge situation in this community.
Cunningham said the HOA crossed the line when residents started seeing board members using a selfie stick to peer in the lanai to check for violations.
If I saw a camera peering into my patio, I'd be thinking he'd ready to rob me.
Cunningham isn't alone. Neighbor Mary Lou Polipti showed us her letters too.
And then they can go inside like that, the camera.
She said she feels like she's living under a dictatorship.
I'm in the United States.
Head number 2, this one isn't quite as creepy as the other ones on this list. It was painted in...
Oh, good. Because you're violating my privacy. What if I'm out there on my patio minding my business, and then all of a sudden I look over and see this camera?
I'd knock it off that stick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You'd have to sue me for damages to your little phone and everything, because
right?
That camera is going down.
It is. And the stick, too. It's all going down.
In the news to be kind of a creepy situation, so I'm including it, but this involves a Disneyland rabbit, and this is a guy obviously in a costume or whatever. Quite frankly, the costume looks kind of creepy to me, but he got in some hot water because these girls went up behind him and pulled on his tail, and apparently it made him mad. He turned around and started chasing them, and kind of was saying some choice words to them as well, and some stuff.
The rabbit was cussing. Wow. Okay.
Like that. It was all caught on camera. And I gotta be honest, I kind of sided with the rabbit on this one. I ain't even gonna lie.
After one daughter pulls on the tail of the white rabbit, his other daughter, 14-year-old Jocelyn, also takes a turn. Immediately, the rabbit follows her. Jocelyn Carlos says the rabbit held her by the arm and neck.
He told me, "Don't you ever do that again, or I'm going to call security and tell your stupid friend to stop doing it too."
Moments later, you can hear her sister Alexis yelling. He does, but the sisters say they hear these parting words.
And finally, one start this video off with easily, probably.
You know what? I'm kind of siding with the rabbit because at their age, they should have known better. That was something stupid that they were allowed to do. And whoever was with them filming it, parent, friend, somebody, no. All of y'all are wrong. Come on now.
You don't put your hands on other folks like that.
Right, even if it is a costume. That's just ridiculous.
Right.
And you should have known better. You knew that was stupid. That's why you walked off the way you did. Like
skinning and grinning and laughing and acting a fool.
Exactly.
Will be the craziest one on this list. This involves a guy who took somebody's life and then proceeded to cook him. I mean, he basically just cooked different parts of him. In fact, when he was arrested, he was actually in the middle of eating this guy's liver. He had, like, cooked a little recipe situation going on and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, it does kind of seem like it was recorded with a potato on about 12 FPS. I'm sorry about that, but here it is.
I tried to move it and saw some hands sticking out.
Now, police are confident that they have their man. Nikolai Shadrin is charged with killing Ilya Yegorov, a homeless man down on his luck, invited to Shadrin's home to share a drink. The most gruesome discovery, the suspects claim to have cooked and eaten parts of his victim. The manager of the apartment block was present at the arrest, but didn't want to be identified.
I came to the door, asked him to open it, but he wouldn't, so we kicked it in. At first he claimed he hadn't done anything. Then police found a liver in his refrigerator. Tests showed it was human.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.
That's gross. Not the first time I've heard of cannibalism like that, though.
Shebang.
I have heard of that before, but that's always so disturbing when... Oh, man. Okay, y'all. Which of these creepy people was, like, the most disturbing to y'all? This whole video left me speechless, so I'm not sure if I can decide, like, wow. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see y'all in our next one. Bye, guys.